Libya, where intense fighting between pro-government forces and ISIL fighters continues as the push to retake Libya's coastal city of Sirte edges closer to its final stage. Now, the pro-government forces said on Friday that they'd taken control of the port of Sirte. A spokesperson for the Government of National Unity said ISIL leaders had already fled the city to the desert in the south. Susan Mwongeli has more.
Street battles raged throughout the day in Sirte. From the early hours, forces allied with the UN-backed Government of National Accord pounded ISIL with heavy artillery fire. The main target being their positions around the Ouagadougou Conference Center. Once a venue for international summits, the conference center has become an ISIL command center.
After we entered the city, the battle turned into a street fight with car bombs and snipers. It's like a hit-and-run war.
A spokesperson for the forces allied to the government said senior ISIL leaders had fled into the desert to the south, but that many militants were still under siege in the city center. According to the spokesperson, the clashes in Sirte on Friday left 11 brigade members dead and 35 wounded.
We will liberate the city of Sirte from all terrorist groups, and God willing, we will clean all of Libya and we will win against anyone who opposes us in our country.
The UN-backed Libyan government say at least 130 people have been killed and 400 injured in the battle for Sirte. Sirte was the only major ISIL-held city outside Syria and Iraq. ISIL has exploited Libya's turmoil to gain a foothold in the North African country. The loss of Sirte would be a major blow to the jihadists at a time when they are under mounting pressure in Syria and Iraq. Susan Mwongeli, CCTV.
Well, CCTV's Yasser Hakim has been following developments in Sirte. He now joins us live with the latest from Cairo. Yasser, of course, the pro-government militia on Friday claimed to have retaken the port of Sirte. Just tell us, what is the latest on that now?
Well, they've taken over the port, but they're still fighting in the city. They've taken over even east of Sirte, the whole eastern block of Sirte, and they are now moving in to free the whole city from ISIL. But it's not an easy task. There's been a lot of losses within the Libyan forces, and the ISIL fighters are using the street war and guerrilla war to try to keep hold of some areas around the city. They've moved out of many places in Sirte and into the desert, something that they've been doing before, and they have very good experience in the desert of Libya. They've been in Sirte for a year, so they've fortified their positions outside the city in order to try to reinforce themselves. So it's a big victory for the Libyan forces, but yet it's not over.
Indeed, a big victory for Libyan forces, and as you say, not an easy task. But Yasser, is there a sense of renewed confidence that Libyan forces might be able to actually finish the job and essentially push ISIL out of Libya without any foreign assistance?
Now, one thing is important is that now they know that ISIL is beatable. And this is important for all the ones fighting there. But it all also depends on the unity of the Libyans. Remember, the Libyan army has managed to take over positions from Sirte when it managed to unite some of the militias in the town. In Sirte itself and in Misrata and some of the towns, they have joined the army. Those militias, the militants there, they know the whereabouts of the city. They know how to fight the street wars that ISIL fight. And when they united with the army used its air force, its navy, and its weaponry with the militias together to fight off ISIL. Now they will move to another city to try to take over, or into the desert. And it all depends on whether the militias in the other cities as well, because, for example, in Sirte, the militias in Sirte will remain in Sirte. They will not move out with the Libyan army. What happened in Benghazi was the same. The militias in Benghazi were fighting with the army, and they moved out the ISIL. And in Misrata, so every city there are militias there, and those militias unite with the army to fight off what they see as their common enemy, which is ISIL. If this remains as the norm in the next few weeks, then we can tell that we can expect that the Libyan army can free Libya from ISIL to a large extent, not completely, because it's still a tough war in the desert. Otherwise, then if this does not happen, you can find an infighting within the militias themselves afterwards, especially over the power. When they free the city, who will lead the city? Who will control the city? Will it be the militias or the government? And this is another sticky point that could show up or surface afterwards, after they end ISIL from Libya. You can find the infighting. That's what happened before, after the fall of Gaddafi. So at this point, unity will keep the Libyans, the ISIL, away of Libya.
And let's hope that that unity does stay in play, as you've suggested. Thanks very much, Yasser Hakim, live for us there in Cairo.